Hello, y'all. Hello, Sagittarius. So I actually have headphones in right now and I'm utilizing the mic on those, so you all can let me know if that's a little bit more effective in this video or not. It's hard for me to hear myself, so I hope that I hope you can hear me just fine. So before I begin your reading, if I can just steal a moment of your time, I have a couple of announcements to make. The first announcement that I have is that I am no longer going to be doing pick a card reading. Well, hold on. I may do pick a card readings still, but I am no longer going to be doing no contact readings or peeking in on a connection. And we'll actually be doing connections in the zodiac reading. So it's going to be more so what's going on for you and your side and in the situation that you're in via zodiac. I had felt a major disconnect from doing readings in that way, and I think that I was just resistant for a while because I felt that's what everybody wanted, and I think I moved into a position that was like, what do I want in this situation? And unironically, Sagittarius, I actually feel like that's kind of something that is coming through a little bit in your reading. So it's really interesting to mention that, but okay. The second announcement that I have is that I have created a personal Instagram. It is linked in the description box. You can go there and follow it. It's under like follow me on Insta, and it's the Temporal Taurus one, and then beneath that it's Crystal Danielle. I am currently chronicling a journal journey that I've been on for over 6 years, in which I taught myself cognitive behavioral therapy through some pretty not great situations that I went through in life, and how I was able to reprogram my mind in that space and move into being somebody who actually worked through expanding my threshold of survival, because I used to have a very narrow threshold for survival. So if you are interested in seeing sort of the journal entries that I had throughout the years and while I was in the midst of dealing with some heavy things and how I got through it, you can follow me there at it's Crystal Danielle on Instagram. Okay, Sagittarius. Hello, Sag. Okay, so first of all, I just want to provide you just how we do this layout. The very first spot in this reading is going to be your energy reading. We're going to follow that by choosing a self-care card, putting that to the side, and then we're going to go straight into the reading of like the overview, the general sort of vibe for the month ahead of you and where you're at for you. And then we'll go into singles, and then we'll go into a connection, and then we will end the reading with your self-care card being revealed and a self-care message to end out your reading. So what I've been doing is I've actually been turning on music while I am shuffling the cards, and the music that comes up in this space are the songs that I present to you as songs within your reading. The very first song that came out for you was Feeling Whitney by Post Malone, and the part that I was sort of called to pay attention to was the part where he's like, to each their own and find peace in knowing. It's like it came through with like an air of acceptance, okay? And then you had the song Never Is a Promise come in by Fiona Apple. And y'all, if you have never heard the song Never Is a Promise by Fiona Apple, you should absolutely go listen to it. It's a beautiful song. Fiona Apple is one of my favorite artists. It goes, your presence dominates the judgments made on you, but as the scenery grows, I see in different lights. And what follows that is the shades and shadows undulate in my perception. And it's like, it's a song kind of just about being focused on allowing someone to kind of take up your space. And then the last song that came into your energy was weird because this feels very external. When it came in, I was kind of like, a lot of this stuff is kind of beneath the surface, because your energy out here and at the forefront, it doesn't really line up with the music that was coming in. Now this song here felt like, for some of you, this is actually someone else in your energy than it is more so than you. I don't know why it came in like that, but it just came in like an infiltration into your space in some way, where someone is looking at you, and the song is Say Something, and it's the version that is A Great Big World in Christina Aguilera, and it's like, anywhere I would have followed you, say something, I'm giving up on you. And then it goes, and I am feeling so small. I'm still learning to love, yet starting to crawl. And that just felt like, it just didn't really feel like your energy, I guess. I mean, it's like, as cut and dry as that. Okay. Sagittarius, I hope this doesn't bother you, but for your reading, I'm actually going to read you the Black Egg and the Cosmic Egg. These are big spirit cards that come into the wild unknown spirit animals, and I feel like they're just worth reading because they're pretty big, important spirit animals, and you got 2 of them. So I hope that this is okay with you. Sometimes I don't like when readers read out of the book, but so here we go. The Black Egg, speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. The Black Egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noises, or lies, not even white ones. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. Sounds draw us in, books draw us in, the concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? And what is true about the world? When the energy of the Black Egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the Black Egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment in every situation. It is the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. And then you have, I mean, like the way that is written is just so perfect, right? Okay, then let's move really quick into the Karmic Egg, and then we'll talk about these, okay? The Cosmic Egg, completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The Cosmic Egg is the final card in the journey of the Animal Spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization, a sense of contentment and oneness, spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the Cosmic Egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this egg is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, it is potent energy, stays with us. The Cosmic Egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. Y'all, you are in a moment. Let me just go there. And that's what I was saying about, if you listen to the intro, when I was talking about the reason that I decided that I was going to start doing only zodiac readings is because that's what I felt like I wanted to do. And I didn't feel connected to the other readings, and I was stepping into my own authenticity, right? And it's interesting because I said in that space, I was like, and this just really feels like it's something that the Sagittarius energy is going to resonate with. And I don't think that that's, I think that's been sort of delivered in those messages. This is huge. This is a big transition for the Sagittarius energy. Y'all are the archers, right? The archery. And one thing about that pathway is that there's a space of tension, right? When that arrow moves backwards, and there's that sort of tension and that building and that pressure, and that we're kind of sitting in, and then there is a catapult forward. And for you, I feel like you're in that moment of feeling the forward projection. And what the forward path is, and what the forward projection is for you, Sagittarius, is honoring thyself. It is moving into a moment in which you are trusting yourself and deciding that it's not about what others think, or not needing sort of the validation of somebody else for you to move in your authentic self. And what's interesting about this too is that I feel like this is a completion of a cycle in which we're sort of allowing ourselves to be perceived, or just allowing ourselves to kind of run under the radar despite all that we are holding for others. Okay, you are a zodiac sign that can hold so much for others without acknowledgement. I would say that I know a few Sagittariuses, and they're just very giving people. They're very capable of being able to hold on to an entire foundation for those around them without being appreciated for it, or without others going, hey, you know what, Sagittarius is holding this whole fort down. And I think this is a moment where you're just kind of putting down the things that don't belong to you. Be it the opinions of others, be it be what you are holding on to for the sake of others' comfort. I think you're really like washing your hands of that and going, you know what, this is not, like, I'm going to hang on to the things that belong to me. I'm going to honor the things that belong to me. And if this thing belongs to you, then I'm going to give this thing to you. This is your thing to work on. This is not my thing to work on. This is, it's, I don't want to say it this way because I actually don't feel like the Sagittarius energy would see it, would present it this way, or even say it this way. But it's like, that's a you problem, and I think that, for as much Sagittarius as I know, I feel like there's a lot softerness to that, where it's not quite like this, it wouldn't present like that's a you problem, but it is kind of like this, it's just not my problem. This is right now, and in this moment, my path forward is really washing myself of that which doesn't belong to me, and honoring myself from this point forward. Really quick, I'm going to go into your message cards up here before I go down into your energy cards at the bottom. These message cards are from the Universe Has Your Back deck by Gabrielle Bernstein. The first one is, the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. This was something that I felt like was actually the bigger message. So I'm going to come back to this one. Because we're just going to read this one and go back into talking about the other one. This one is, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. The reason I'm going to read this one first is because I feel like they're interconnected. The theme for this month ahead forecast for all of the zodiacs is surrender. This is our word of the month. It's been mentioned in every zodiac reading at this point, and I think that the surrender is where we are all sitting as a major collective, as in the collective of us all, as in all people are in a moment of surrender, if they so choose to be. A part of the surrender and a part of giving up that which no longer serves us is an understanding of what does belong to us. And so how I see the surrender is it's sort of like, let me provide you an example actually. So when I surrender to God, and you can do kind of whatever floats your boat, right? What I do is, if I have a situation that is outside of my control and I know that I have no control over it, but I would like to see a certain outcome, or even, I would like to relinquish the control of even an expectation of an outcome, I will give it up to God, and I'll be like, look, here is my problem. This is what's going on. I have no idea how to handle this problem, but I know that it's not working for me. I'm going to give this to you, and you work your magic, and you can do that in terms of the universe, or however you want to see it. The thing about manifestation that I think that we all need to get on board with is that when we're in our head and when we're thinking and we're overdwelling and we're overanalyzing, we're actually in a space of stagnancy within manifestation. It can't go anywhere. Why? Because it's still with us inside our mind, and it's not being actually put out into the universe. It's not being put out. It's within us, carrying around with us so long as we are thinking about it. So what we need to do is like get present, and then in terms of the thinking is like, okay, I know that I cannot control the outcome of this situation. I know that I don't have all the answers here. I know that I can't force the outcome that I want. And so what I'm going to do is surrender this. I'm going to give it up. Like, here's what I would like to see happen. And even that, not even that, just relinquishing all control and accepting that whatever outcome is presented to you is for your greatest good, right? And just surrendering the problem, and then finding ways to not allow it to live to not allow it to live inside your head rent free, because so long as it's there with you, it's not actually manifesting. It is in the process of manifestation, and that's another thing that we have to watch out, because if we view it from a space of fear or animosity, and then we stop thinking about it and let it go, then it's going to come back to us with the same energy that we put into it. Okay, it's really important actually, Sagittarius. Okay, here we have down here a change in the wind, soulmates, and peace. And I think that this is conducive with this relationship, or some sort of relationship or contract that you have with another person. Seeing this sort of acceptance within this connection shifting into a moment of peace. Okay, for some of you, this is like a strengthening. And for others of you, this is an acceptance for the way things are, and just relinquishing control. And it's kind of like that, it's kind of this pathway of finding peace within this soul contract, finding peace within this connection by whatever means possible. Regardless of what's going on in the connection, we're finding peace in how we perceive it, okay? So that is your energy for the month of September, Sagittarius. Now we're going to go ahead and pick out your self-care card and stick that to the side. So this is going to be face down. We won't see it until the end of the reading. Sagittarius, something that I don't know why I just was thinking about this, but I really feel like your zodiac sign is probably, I would argue, one of the most underrated zodiac signs in the wheelhouse. I really do feel like you do not get the appreciation that you deserve. Honestly, you are a great zodiac sign. Okay, let's move into your reading, the reading just for you. Popping out there is the King of Pentacles, also the Page of Cups energy. That little fish in a cup. here's you inside this little crystal ball and all the wands coming at you. And you're like, no, I only want to one kind of wand. The greatest wand of them all. Oh, geez. All right. Anyway, this is actually about you. So let's do a general message here for Sagittarius on their energy. Here you go. There's that Magician. We were just talking about manifestation. And there's the Page of Swords. Ideas forming to catapult us into a new beginning. And here we go. Bring out that Moon card. Some things could be coming to the surface for you in the month of September. Forecast ahead. Hello, that's too many. Oh my word, that's too many too. You know what I just thought of when I said hello like that? I thought of the street poet that's on TikTok, and she goes, hello, somebody. Oh my God, I love her. If you know who I'm talking about, or if you don't, you should go check her out. Man, she can get you like, she is motivating as fuck. You should go listen to her. Anyway, okay. Sagittarius, please. Sagittarius energy. What's going on for the month ahead for Sagittarius, please? This guy? Yeah. Six of Cups. Also, maybe perhaps a little bit of nostalgia. One more, please, for Sagittarius energy. Making big plans. Something going. I also have underneath here strength and the Eight of Cups. I think that's important. Okay, so you are in a space of like manifesting some sort of new beginning, but I think this is also, it comes in unison with walking away from that which no longer serves us. We know that the Eight of Cups, that the pathway ahead is walking into what? Wish fulfillment energy, right? We're going into the Nine of Cups and we're walking into the Ten of Cups, right? And this is like, these are just forward trajectories here, okay? Walking this pathway forward, this new way of looking at things. It doesn't necessarily have to be movement, like physical movement. You don't have to be like moving on from a situation or a person, although, I mean, it could be. You know, this is sort of like a metaphor, right? Or it's, you know, walking into a new beginning, a transition. And this arguably is a very major transition in your life at that. So it's like planting the seed sort of for seeing something in a new light, seeing something that we hadn't really, you know, seeing it in a way that we hadn't previously and honoring ourselves through that. This is interesting too, because it's sort of like, see here is like a timeline, like you manifested this sort of new beginning, right? Okay. And you know, it could have been a little bit of not like the simplest transition that you've ever been through, and arguably because you were where you were in that arrow in the back in the tension, and it's not fun being in the tension. There's a lot of pressure back there, right? So here we are, and we're in this space of like, I want things to kind of work a certain way. And then, oh, you know, having sort of like the light bulb go off, right? Seeing things in, or even downloading, you know, building in new information, learning a new way of looking at things, and then walking away from old paradigms. I don't know, apparently I'm struggling to communicate. Yes, we're walking away from old paradigms, and then here we are, and we're sort of like in this middle zone right here, this like planting. It's almost being in a pause within the unknown, okay, and having to then almost reroute ourselves from a new way of seeing the life around us. You know, it's kind of like getting like here she is, and she's kind of like on the edge of this, you know, on the edge of this cliff here. I mean, it doesn't really look like that, but she's like on a tightrope, right? And then she's just kind of like jumping in, and you go into that water space. Water is all of the emotion, right? Being in that space of this unknown territory, and then having to sort of redesign life as we know it through what we're learning in that space, in those emotions. Here we are then is like, okay, I know that this is the thing that I know, okay, in this surrender that I'm in, is that I know that I want to be in a space where, of longevity even, but in a space of this like equality within give and take, with specifically surrounding emotions or the emotional space that we have, and even the capacity that we have for the connections around us or the people around us or the experiences that we have in our day-to-day, and also an understanding a bit of I don't know why it's coming through this way, but it's sort of an understanding of the things that we could have been missing out on or had not seen previously that are now kind of brought up to the surface. There is some sort of courage existing in this space, having to walk that pathway forward, knowing that in the pathway forward there is something that we are intended to put behind us, okay? You do have also underneath all of this too the Seven of Swords energy, so you could have came out of a time of being inside your head. This is also surrounding being, again, like in this space right here. This is you, okay? This man holding up this flag, and then these other people are just kind of like, they're in their creative space and doing all the things. And here's Sagittarius, like, I got this for you. I'll hold this for you. I'll make sure that you can do what you need to do, and I'll wait for me to do the things that I want to do, right? It's kind of putting you in your head of like how much perhaps you have not necessarily missed out on, but yeah, somewhere along those lines, by always being sort of service to others, okay? So that is your like overall energy, Sagittarius. And then let's move into singles. So we'll do a singles read for you. Go bust out the Pulp Tarot, which everybody really loves. Hopefully that this microphone is working well. Y'all ever, okay, tell me this. Do you have earbuds and like one ear fits the earbud perfectly and the other one's like, what are we doing? This is foreign. Get this out of my ear. Okay, so my right ear hates earbuds. They don't fit right, no matter what size. Oh, it's so frustrating. Anyway, enough about my ears. Ears, perhaps there's somebody like, listening in on you. Maybe there's a cross watcher here. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. What you got going on? Two of Pentacles popping up, Seven of Cups. Four of Cups. Maybe we don't see some options, perhaps. The Fool. The Fool comes right after that space of indecision. This is the most Sagittarius thing that could have popped out, right? So here you have the Two of Swords energy, which is arguably being in a space of trying to build that trust of intuition. There could be some pressure in here. There could be some indecision existing in that space, moving blindly, operating from a space in which we don't actually know the trajectory forward, and then bam, I'm ready to leap right off the cliff. Blah. Okay. So conducive, that's another word I've been using way too much. Okay, Sagittarius singles. Sagittarius singles, please. What they got going on? Oh, meow. Is it supposed to be in the upright? Upright. No, I'm gonna put this in the reversal. We'll clarify it. Okay, it clarified itself. Okay, hang on. I'm actually gonna stick this Three of Cups with this Seven of Wands because I think they are connected. And I'll explain why. Bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of the Cups. Okay, hold on. I gotta be a perfectionist. Hold up a second. Okay, so this, okay, here's the thing. This can read two ways. I'll read it the first way, and then the second way. Okay, so the first space would be that there is, there is perhaps someone that you have in mind, okay, but they have there's people surrounding them, there's other involvement with that person. It doesn't necessarily mean that this person is like yeah, I guess unfaithful or something like that, or that they are it's just that there's other energy surrounding this person, okay? So they maybe are perceived to be having options. There's something of that nature. And they're entertaining that, okay? So so with this Seven of Cups in the reverse, okay? If the Seven of Cups would be in the upright, this would be like choosing one person and defending that. No, this person is not choosing one person. They are entertaining more than one energy. And then it's moving in a space of ultimately going, okay, you know, here's the thing, is that this can also work both ways. Either this is you deciding that you are, you know, you're riding out off in your high horse, like, no, I deserve better than that. I'm on my way to go get the Six of Cups energy, and I'm in an equal give and take space. Or this is that person choosing you. You know, maybe they're just like, I wouldn't say it like, they could be, you know, they're in a dating phase, they're just kind of dating around or whatever, seeing what their options are, kind of thing. Or this can be you, okay? So this can be you going, no, I'm not settled down into one person, and I'm you know, weighing my options and seeing, you know, I'm playing the field, I guess is what they say, right? And then, and still, you know, this is what I'm seeking. This still applies here, is like, I'm still seeking that equal give and take until I find that. I'm not going to be here, you know, in this energy where I'm willing to fight anyone off who's for this connection, until I receive this, and then we'll shift gears. So it's kind of where the single energy is existing in this space for you, Sagittarius. Okay. And I think that's just cut and dry like that. I know that's sort of a short reading, but there's not much more to add to it. That's very, like, it's pretty cut and dry there. Okay. So Sagittarius with a connection in mind. Sagittarius with a connection in mind. Either you are involved in a relationship, or you have been, you know, you have a situationship, or you've been talking with somebody, or, you know, the person that you are interacting with, etc., etc. A connection. Tower popping out, Knight of Wands. Some change perhaps occurring within this connection. Big change. Okay. Fast change. That's the Chariot. Knight of Cups. You know, we're working on something here, though. Perhaps. Okay, let's get out the rest. There might be a little bit of conflict here. We'll clarify that card if we need to. Minor conflict, honestly. You're coming out on top as the Empress here. And then here's the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, just a need to work together, have a little bit of more patience within this connection. Not a bad reading, actually, at all. So, so within this connection, you know, it's like, the Tower came out, but I think that the reason the Tower didn't come out on the board is because this has already happened. This is something that was just like in the recent past, perhaps for you, where there's like something big changed within this connection, right? And so now we're here, you know, now we're kind of past that moment, past that big moment of change. Now we're in this trajectory forward, right? So you have the Chariot, the Nine of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and then bam, the Empress. So this was something that now we're putting in the work, right? And there has been some conflict. There's been some, okay, like this, again, like part of your theme here, right, is you know, one of the conflicts could have been for you, Sagittarius, is that you had energies around you that weren't on board with you choosing choosing to honor yourself, or choosing to be in your authenticity, or your you know, just having this space of deciding things for yourself, or you're putting down those burdens too, right? Putting down those things that you've been holding on to within connections for others, and going, hey, I need you to kind of meet me here too. I'm not going to do all this work here for you. I need you to meet me halfway, right? And so that seemed to have been effective. Seemed to have worked. It seems that there are things that are then balancing out within this connection, because then after this period of time here where it was like you kind of being in this space of understanding how much you had given to this connection that was not being reciprocated, then we have now this sort of need and desire and willingness to work together, and here we are moving then into a new beginning in which things are a lot more stable for you, and you're able to sort of be in your queen or king, if you're a male, energy here with that Empress or Emperor, depending on how you want to twist it. And so here we are then, and it's like, okay, so we've had, like, this has taken a moment, this has taken some patience, right? Now things are beginning to balance out within this connection, and ultimately you perhaps could be even communicating a lot more effectively as well. So that's amazing for you, Sagittarius. It's pretty good. It's good. I like it. Okay, to close out your reading, we're gonna go ahead and pull out your self-care card. So you have, what do you have? Community sculptor. Imagine that. I cultivate the skill of friendship like a sculptor with marble. I mold my community of friends. The world is full of friends I have yet to meet. So this could be just an indication for you to lean on sort of those around you, on your friends, even family. You know, I think that family exists in that space as well. That actually being in a space of like sort of honoring those relationships could help you through this process as well. Okay. You know, I'm going to get you another self-care card because I really feel like this is supposed, like, I want it to be like really about you, you know what I mean? You are the first zodiac who gets another self-care card. Why? Because I said so. Also, one of my really, really close friends is a Sagittarius, so if she's watching, hey boo, I got you. One, two, okay. All right, we have here, fuck yes, thank you. Sorry. Authentic strength, thank you. Yeah, this is that authenticity, right? This is stepping into you, being yourself, honoring yourself, and regardless of who's impacted by that, this is a me moment. I find strength in vulnerability. I am honest with people I trust. My struggles are opportunities for growth. I am authentically alive. That's right. Okay, we'll do one self-care message for you. Really quick, Sagittarius, if I can just get your attention for one moment. If you've enjoyed this reading and you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you stick around in the future for more readings. If you can, please just hit the subscribe button. Also, if you're here and you're already a subscriber and you'd love to support me in some way, you can like that. You can like the video. That helps with viewership, or you can leave me a comment down below. Those all help. And I do tend to reply to 99% of the comments that come in. So, all right, Sagittarius. One more reading just for you, boo. You know what? We're going to just take this right here. Oh, and underneath that is Justice and the Lovers. Okay. They knew. I opened right up to Death. This is new beginnings. Scales, you know, good karma coming in. I would say this is good karma. The scales of justice, balance, things balancing in your favor in terms of connection with others, right? Really honoring the connections that, honestly, I would feel that the overall theme here is that you are honoring those who give into you in the way that you give into them. And I'm here for that. All right, Sagittarius, that's all I have for you for the month ahead. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Mwah.